Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. We are by my little spinny cart, so that only gives a couple options for what we're doing today, and of course you saw the title, and that means we are going to be going over all of the books that I got in July and August because I have my whole quota for how much I wanted to get every 2 months, and yeah, we'll just go through and see whether or not I stuck to it. I already kind of know the answer. You guys probably also already know the answer if you've seen my videos before, but this is still fun. I like sharing my book hauls with you guys, so we're just gonna go right into the stack. We're actually gonna start with the stack that is next to my little spinning cart because I ran out of room on it originally. So yeah. So starting off with two books that I got because they are on my 25 and 2025 TBR, we have Summer Sisters and Pretty Girls. I really don't know too much about these. I know that this is like a more of a contemporary fiction about two really good friends. That's about all I know for this. I know that this is like more of a thriller style story, but I don't know much. This is about sisters also, so that's kind of fun. I'm not going to try to go too in depth about the plot for most of these because if we do, we're just going to be here for forever. So yeah. Then we have some of my special edition books. These are two of my Fairy Loot ones that I just got for August. It's Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, which I'm very excited for. It's about these two people that decide they're going to go into hell to retrieve their mentor. So, like, that sounds really intriguing. And then we have Immortal Consequences. I've been seeing this sort of blowing up a little bit, depending on, like, the sphere that you're in on Booktok. So I am very curious to get to this one. I think this one is, like, a romantasy, maybe some magic involved, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Then we got this, which is the rest of the Zodaic Academy series that I needed because these copies were going out of print. So like I've been trying to get through purchasing all of them. So we have Fated Throne, Heartless Sky, Sorrow and Starlight. Then we have like the novellas. This is Beyond the Veil, which I think is like maybe, I don't even know what that one is. The Big ASS Party, Live and Let Lionel, The Awakening as Told by the Boys. Oh, and then book 9, which is Restless Stars. So we got all of those, but we're not done with stuff from the Zodaic Academy world. I then got the Ruthless Fae series, which is 5 of them. The first one I read in August, so it's already on my shelves downstairs, and I'm too lazy to go get it, if we're being completely frank. So that one is Dark Fae, I think. And then we have Savage Fae, Vicious Fae, Broken Fae, and Warrior Fae. But wait, there's more, because of course there is. Then there's the Darkmoor Penitentiary series that is set after all of this. So I got the first one in that, which is Caged Wolf. So those are all of the books that are related to the Zodaic Academy series that I bought. Like I said, I just really loved these indie covers. I had already started buying some of the indie covers when they decided they were going to change to the newer ones, and I like my books to be uniform. So we just went through and bought all of these. The plan is to read all of them this year anyway, so like that's how I justify this a little bit. Then we'll just go through some more of my special edition books. I actually don't have my Illumicrate box from August yet. I don't know where that is. It's very, very late at this point, so I have no idea what's in that one. But my Illumicrate for, I think this one was July maybe, is The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. I cannot wait to read this one. I plan on reading like all of the Hermione fan fictions that have been published traditionally. I plan on reading those in a reading vlog, so stay tuned sometime for that. Then back to my Fairy Loot box. I think this one's July. It's A Dance of Lies and The Nightblood Prince. I know nothing about these. Dance of Lies I've heard some pretty stunning things about. I just don't actually know what the plot is for it. And then we have another Fairy Loot box. I'm going to assume this is my June one that just got here really late, or one of these is my June one that got here really late because that tends to happen sometimes. We have Heir of Storms and Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. Super excited to read this. I love V.E. Schwab's writing, and I've heard that this is like sapphic vampires, which caught my attention. So very intrigued about all of those. Then we have some special editions that were like not part of my subscription boxes. They were pre-orders or whatever. We have Bourbon and Lies. I think this could be, I don't know if this is a dark romance or not, but it's like about these brothers that own a bourbon company and like their romance. I think each one follows different brothers, and this just, it's gold. It's shiny. It caught my attention. Sue me. Yeah. Then I got A Theory of Dreaming by Ava Reed. This is the Waterstones exclusive. I read A Study in Drowning last year, had this edition, absolutely loved it. Such a atmospheric, gothic, like dark academia vibe style book, and I really wanted to read the sequel this year in the fall, and of course I had to have a Waterstones exclusive that matched the first one, because again, I'm insufferable. And then I got the Owl Crate exclusive for Fearless by Lauren Roberts. I have already read this one, obviously, I own the other ones, so I needed to get this one to match, and it's really pretty. I really like it. Then we got Till Death by Miranda Lynn. This is the Ink Pages edition. I love this book. It is one of my favorite books from this year. So when I saw they were doing this gorgeous version of it, I couldn't say no. I couldn't say no. I have trouble saying no anyway. So when it's like one of my favorite books, it makes it even harder. I feel like there's, there it is. I knew there were page overlays in here. So there's gorgeous page overlays, like, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Then we just have some random ones that I bought just because I could. We got Golden Sun. I actually bought this because I listened to the audiobook for it. Loved it. I'm loving this series, and I needed the physical trophy. This is the second book in the Red Rising series. Never thought I would love a sci-fi series so much, but it's been fantastic. Then I got Killer Potential. I got this when Barnes & Noble was doing their 50% off hardcover sale. This was on my list of 2025 releases that I was really excited for. So when I saw that it was going to be 50% off, I was like, I really need to get this. And it's about like this scholarship kid who is now on the run because they think that she was involved in killing somebody. And there's also like a mysterious woman who refuses to speak that is on this manhunt with her. It just sounds like it's going to be fun. I think it's also supposed to be like this look at the way that the rich, wealthy elite are treated versus the people that kind of work for them, because she works in that sphere. But don't quote me on that. Then I got Blood Orange randomly. I really don't know anything about this other than like it's a love her in every lifetime trope, and then in like the present day timeline, he is a professor in Venice, Italy. She's a student of music that is studying underneath him, and she is now hiding her true self because she came back as a witch whose destiny wasn't to love him but to kill him. Sold. Instantly, add to cart, needed to get it when I read that premise. And then lastly, we have The Mercy Makers. I don't really know what caught my eye on this, but it says a heretic must decide between forbidden magic and the ecstasy of forbidden love in the start of a decadent romantic epic fantasy trilogy. Yeah, that was all I needed. That was all I needed to sell me on this. I don't need to start more fantasy series, but once I read that, I was hooked and I couldn't put it back. So that was why I got that one. I think that's it. There might have been some other ones that I read in the past 2 months, so they got shelved already, and I just completely forgot that they were newer purchases. So yeah, that's a possibility. Now, the question is, did I go over my list, my number? Absolutely. I absolutely did. Even if you take out the ones that I got in my subscription box, because I don't count those, and the ones that I've already read and I got those, like, these alone put me over, or just at the amount that I've told myself I'd be willing to buy in 2 months, and then you add in all of the Zodaic Academy books, and yeah, we're very over the limit. But those are all of the books that I've gotten in the past 2 months. I know that this was a really like quick run through, or at least it felt much quicker than it normally is when I go through all of these, but that's because I wasn't sitting here going, I'm gonna try to explain the plot for a book that I really know nothing about. Like, I just think that's kind of silly, because then we're just here for forever and I might be saying something that just makes absolutely no sense. So we didn't do that this time. If you guys are curious about my special edition collection and you want me to go through them a little bit more in detail, I can certainly do that for you guys. I have a lot of special editions because of the subscription boxes that I'm part of, and because some of them are pretty and they catch my eye and I just can't help myself. So it would like not be all in one video, but I could certainly make a couple different videos for you guys. If that's something that you're curious about, let me know in the comments. But I will stop rambling now, and thank you so much for watching another video. If you made it this far, I will hopefully see you guys in another one very soon. Bye.